Tier 2v2 Desert Showdown blue team. We've got a whole bunch of chaos. First up is Atlas as a chaos sorcerer offensive and disruptor commander. Lots of game manipulation and control abilities. Begins in melee combat, has some powerful offense too. This is a Death Guard sorcerer. I believe this is this is the Death Guard elite scheme, which is pretty cool. Alongside the great Cornholio as a plague champion, starts off range combat damage. Overtime bolter can get melee weapons, some DC utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. He's shooting up Mahror's Eldar Warlock, a melee spellcaster, can leap into combat, powerful support and offense and disruption. And rounding off the red team, knowledge is power, guard it well as a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. Some Blood Ravens here. Is this the Veterans of Ace Stas thing? Might be. Has a gold helmet, I know that. Atlas looks like his Doombolt's bugged out. Sorcerer's running away. Desert Showdown then is a pretty weird map because of the proximity of the natural victory points to the HQs. They're very, very close. Also, you have these strange wreck points on the edge of the map, north and south. But it's not a bad map, certainly not. I like the middle with the building surrounded by the VP and the two powers and a wreck point. You get some good play around here. Tactical Marines in cover, Force Commander in amongst a whole bunch of stuff. Battlecry going off, giving a 10% damage buff per special attack there while it's active. At least I believe it stacks. No one's ever told me otherwise. I always assumed it did. Doombolt's flying in. Holy crap, they hurt a lot. And Tactical Marines getting away with 3 models on 150 hit points. How often do you see that? Force Commander going for the power sword. Gives us some power melee DPS with an improved battlecry up to 15% per attack, as you see there. And no, it doesn't give you a plasma pistol anymore. This tooltip is wrong then, because he quite clearly has a bolt pistol. Pretty highly damaging one too, I think, like 18, 17, 18 DPS or something like that. Shuriken Cannon on the way for Mahror. Very rarely do you see a tier 1 without them. And we see Havoc's on the way for Cornholio. Eldar, a lot of mobility though, can skirt around the edges of setup teams and get in amongst. Especially in this kind of central area, a lot of space to move around. Force Commander's holding up an entire army. CSM have dropped a model. There's some Tzeentch worship infiltrating your units. Doesn't infiltrate the squad that's worshipping though. You need 2 heretics to do that. And Havoc's on the way for Atlas 2 and more Shuriken for Mahror. The Force Commander player, knowledge is power, is spending all his resources on his Force Commander right now. He's got Artificer armor on the way. Scouts decapping the VPs. Could see them come up here and decap these wreck points. In fact, this one's not even taken yet. He's on the power here, Mahror. This is a strange place. Oh, I guess he's covering this approach, but that seems a bit strange. You can clearly see people if they try and come round. Grenade launchers up on the heretics, which are good. 4 pretty highly damaging grenade launchers on there, and the auto guns that they carry aren't terrible either, but the Warlock can do some very, very nasty things to heretics if they're blobbed up without an aspiring champion, which they tend to do if they use those grenade launchers. You can throw the Destructor on, followed by Immolate, and really, really hurt them. And Cornholio's going for some more heretics. These guys might get the aspiring champion, perhaps. Doom Blast was, of course, changed in 2.6. Now it does a percentage of the heretics' health as damage. And since your aspiring champion increases the heretics' health, they do more damage with their Doom Blast once they have the aspiring champion, which is a pretty cool little system. Oh look, he looks like a little play champion, this fella. They're running away though. Force Commander's really good at hurting heretics a lot in tier 1 with his battle cry, especially with that power sword. That's a pretty decent special, I think. Oh, triple shurikens for Mahror. Good luck dealing with that. And we have double grenade launcher heretics. Now if they blob up, they could be decimated by that Warlock, especially if in tier 2 he gets his Witchblade of Kurnus and gets in for an ethereal slash. They'll straight up wipe them out, I think, if they were positioned really badly. But look at the damage it brings. 2 squads of them can really pack a punch against light infantry. Well, any infantry really in tier 1. Have to keep away from this fella though. There's that Destructor knocking almost a third of the health off that squad, and there's his leap into combat. Now he gets a little bit of a speed buff after he leaps, I believe, the Warlock. Doesn't have a melee charge as such, but after he leaps he gets a little speed buff for a few seconds now. Pretty sure that's right. Oh, he's gone for the Immolator as well, and there it is, thrown down on the Havocs. Cornholio playing pretty defensively right here, just wants to hold his power, which is a pretty safe strategy. But here we see shotgun scouts with a sergeant now getting the elite training, which suggests they're going to try and be sneaky and go after these wreck points. Looks like they decapped that already. I always say the difference between a decent SM player and a good one is how they use their scouts. Not that easy to use them in team games and 3v3s all the time, since there's a lot of action going on. Don't always have space to operate. Caught in melee here by some CSM, and they run away, and assault marines on the field, as you may have noticed. Jump troops with chainswords, 25 DPS, I think, something like that. 400 hit points of heavy armor, and that's bad news for the Atlas forces over here, because with Battlecry going off, jumping on those heretics, they're going to lose models pretty quickly. And tier 2, of course, you have Merciless Strike. If he throws for the Emperor and Battlecry, Merciless Strike becomes pretty nuts for the Emperor, one of the Force Commander's globals that he gets in tier 1. Not sure how much red it costs these days. 100 or so. Maybe it's 75 actually. 489, 405 on the VPs. It's a 1-to-1 cap. Pretty close tier 1. Lots of harassment on these wreck points by the red team though. This guy's getting right into base with his Force Commander. Level 2. Runs away. That's a very long retreat. What about this? Atlas getting his heretics onto these power generators. Looks like they may have taken down one of them. But here are the assault marines jumping in. Tactical marines following up. Tier 2 for the blue team players. Some quick blood crushers would do pretty good here. Against those triple shurikens, it's always risky since they could get bright lances up. But he's not even started to go tier 2 yet. Cornholio, of course, wouldn't necessarily know that. Why was the Plague Champion moving so fast there? That was very strange. Looked like he was in a melee charge. A really fast one. Do some damage over time as these guys run away. You can get so many models doing that. Tactical Marines have capped the VP. There's the consume from the Sorcerer to get more energy. Just took the life of a heretic. And throw out some blue bolts. Get these guys running back. Could get 2 generators here, Cornholio, bashing the central. Plague Champion needs to help out though. Where are the CSM are trying to decap over there. I was going to say maybe he should have gone for a really full-on hard power bash to try and mess up their tier 2 advancement a little bit. But he got the decap over there on the VP, which is not bad. Look at this scout squad doing some awesome work, decapping both of those wreck points, now harassing power. Some good play there by Knowledge. So he's in tier 2. Are we going to see that Sergeant immediately? Don't see him. Dreadnoughts for both of the Chaos players. Here's Cornholio's. Begins with that auto cannon. Damages all targets pretty well with a small area of effect and a pretty mean looking melee weapon. Here is Atlas's one with the elite scheme. That bulbous stomach and that cool helmet. Those parts are actually from a really cool Nurgle Chaos Lord model who has a scythe. He's kind of like Typhus. A lot of those parts are from him, I believe. That shoulder pad and those protrusions on the top. It's an awesome model. Not sure who made it. Years old now. Begged Keltos to put him in the game way back when, but guess he wasn't needed and all that. Balance getting in the way of my fun. Tier 2 for Mahror now. Marching forward is the Dreadnought. Double Dreadnoughts could be tricky. Oh, I was going to say, Space Marines can react very quickly to vehicles. We see a missile launcher up here. Not always cheap though. Missile launcher's 40 power. And these guys already have their Thunder and Lightning Melter Bomb. No sign of their Sergeant right now. Plasma Cannon is up though. Good for covering this large central area. These CSM guys leveling up, or rather upgrading to Marco Zinch out in the open. They're pretty dangerous. Looks like they're going to get away with it. There we go. Now they have Inferno Bolts. Lots of damage versus heavy infantry. Maybe should have gone for Mark of Khorne. Maybe. There's always a risk you're going to get thunderhammered in the face though. And of course you still have that Merciless, but Mark of Corn Marines can do some work, especially Coruscating Flame on them. Sigil of the Rift on the way, teleport things around, which is pretty fun. I guess you can stop caps with that, right? You just teleport them off the cap. So that would be useful to help hold that VP and mess about with these Devastators here. He is infiltrated, but he's very low on hit points. Is this Sorcerer? Can he get away? Looks like he'll be alright. Force Commander getting in there with his Iron Halo now. Boom. See Heretic models dying there as the Aspiring Champion takes damage because he is a die last Sergeant. I don't think this Guardian Weapon team is going to live with that damage over time going. Does live. No, it goes down. Damage over time persists for quite a while, so that's one down. But he does have double Bright Lances. Don't think he needed to retreat that way either. Those guys were pretty much full health. He could have come back down here towards his ally. Needless retreat there. A little bit of a panic from Mahror. And there's some Bloodletters on the field for Atlas. Power melee demons with some pretty cool abilities. They can phase out of existence and take no damage. They can also teleport around. Incredibly dangerous with any kind of support. You can get any kind of buff on them as well. They'll be pretty nuts. Heretics down to 7 models. Need to take their VP back. Looks like the Havocs are going to be on capping duty. Just destroy that drop pod there. That was the global ability drop pod, which delivered some tactical marines on the field for knowledge. Every Space Marine hero has that. Oh, Blastmaster Noise Marines are up, covering this central area. Here comes that Warlock though. He's still not leveled up. So Cornholio has done a good job, perhaps, preserving his models here. Would really expect a hero to be at least level 2 at this stage in the game with a level 3 Force Commander, level 2 Sorcerer, level 3 Plague Champion, no War Gear yet. Does well though, just standing around being annoying with his damage over time bolter. Atlas struggling to keep his VP locked down. He's going to try to now maybe bash power. Or maybe not. Knowledge is right there. Double tax. Got to try and get those Bloodletters on them, I think. Oh, and Plasma Devastators setting up over here. Or are they? No, they're moving up a little bit. There you see the Bloodletters phasing out. They can't cap or do anything in this state, but they also take no damage, which is pretty useful. Can't be knocked over either, I believe. Sneaky Eldar being sneaky, decapping the power. Nicely done. Grenade getting those CSM out of there, but they survive. Plague Champion. Oh, decapping. There we go. Looks like he misclicked at first. Tier 3 for everyone. At pretty much the same time. Where are those annoying scouts? He's got 2 squads of scouts actually. And these guys are decapping the VP. Always keeping them busy. There's Sigil of the Rift. No. Bloodletters teleporting in is what that is. And these guys might straight up die. Look at the damage those Bloodletters are doing. That's crazy. Battlecry going off in amongst some Heretics. I think you need to maybe not go after the Force Commander with your Heretics in melee. Just hit him with a Doom Blast and run away to some Tactical Marines, I think would be best. These Tats are getting pretty low. Dreadnought's going to go down, I think. Melter Bomb must have already been used. Those guys can't get a shot. And is it going to live? Surely not. Down to 36 hit points. Assault Marine's jumping after it, but they only have regular melee weapons. And wow, Dreadnought lives. Heretics do not. Yes, they do. Some lucky, some close escapes. I wouldn't say lucky, but close escapes from Atlas. These scouts are going for that wreck point. Yes, they are. Get the Dreadnought back. Maybe get the Dreadnought back. Don't send the Dreadnought in. He's sending it into combat. Couple of hits from the power sword. He might go down. But now the Havocs are covering it and it should be okay. Fire Prism on the way for Mahror. Lots of red for these blue team players. Haven't seen much global usage from them. I haven't noticed it in a way. Double Bright Lances being a massive pain in the arse. Dreadnought is level 2 now. Doesn't really have anything to quickly engage them. No jump troops of any kind. Heretics are all ranged, but they'll do a lot of damage with their grenade launchers. Leveling up to 2 and 2. Oh, Sorcerer's gone down over here. Bloodletter's trying to cap, taking a lot of damage doing it though, and there's a grenade, going to kill that model. Yes, it is. Exploded into pieces, in fact. Nurgle will be pleased. Dreadnought being repaired. Pretty dicey for it to move forward at all. Melter Bomb and double missile launchers in play, with, of course, Force Commander buffs thrown around. Trying to repair, double Heretic trying to repair. Oh, that one hit an object, that shot. Uh-oh, friendly fire from the plasma cannon. Heretics over there. The tactical marines do live, could have actually kept them in play there. A little bit of a panic retreat after the plasma cannon hit, which is understandable. And here comes Cornholio flanking inwards towards the contested hit. Plasma devs might be in trouble. Dreadnought's going for melee with its 73 DPS heavy melee core. Smack. And catches them on retreat. Only gets one model, two models. A little bit lucky to live there, maybe. Those devs. Tactical Marines get away, having decapped. Lots of pressure on that VP from the red team, and they're still decapping these wreck points. Look at this. Sorcerer is still down. Plague Champion could level to 4 if you can go and get him, but it's a long march for the slow Plague Champion. Oh, completely bashed and decapped that power though. Nicely done from Cornholio. Where's that fire prism at? There it is. And some Chaos Terminators on the field. Straight into their autocannon. Should certainly do some work. Force Commander wants to get involved, does he? He's going in. And down goes that Dreadnought. That was Cornholio's Dreadnought. Atlas has also lost his. So we are now Dreadnought free. Another Fire Prism for Mahror, which is awesome for their team. Can keep stuff off caps and take stuff out from long range, as you just saw on that Dreadnought. Scouts there ready to repair. Scouts here are going to die, I think. Surely. Yes. Thought they were going to get away for a second there. Heretics live. Blastmaster not doing a whole lot to help, I don't think. Oh, look at this. We have the Plague Fist from the Plague Champion. That's Pestilent Strike there. Used it to stop range damage going on his Terminators there, I believe. Oh, some friendly knockdown. Both these VPs uncapped. These CSM are in a dicey position. Down to 150 hit points, they run away. Okay. Las Cannon trying to get shots on these Tactical Marines. Will do a hell of a lot of damage if it hits, obviously, but they have really bad accuracy versus infantry, or rather smaller targets. You can hit Terminators fine since they're big and fat. So no cap game, there's a Nurgle Shrine. Plague Champion gets a revive, gets up to level 5 as well. These guys need to shoot something. Fellas. Sitting there with their Exarch. Has a little Eldar chainsword, which is weird to me. But apparently that's a thing. Desert Strike. The first one I've seen is... Did they only just get their sergeant now? Or there have been loads of them, I just didn't see them. Really putting the pressure on this VP here. Knowledge has done really well. And here's a Chaos Predator though for Atlas. Knowledge is floating a lot of stuff. He must be going for Terminators or Land Raider then. Which is understandable, both very good things. I think Land Raider would be best. Can park it here, really hold these two VPs, and then drop a nuke. Oh, there is a nuke, so most likely he is going for the Land Raider. Orbital, let's see what it does. Notorious for not wiping out squads, of course, this nuke. Takes out the shrine. Does a hell of a lot of damage on the Terminators there, actually. Terminators, of course, can't retreat out, so they can't reduce the damage they take that way from nukes. Double Fire Prism doing their thing. 159, 246 on the VPs. A single cap for the red team. Predator tank now for Knowledge. Does not go for the Land Raider, in fact. It's not a bad choice, for sure. We'll see if this Predator can live, though, because it could be Melter Bomb chased by double tacks with missiles. Yep, Sorcerer needs to get in there and tie them up. Try and disrupt as well. He's actually going after the Assault Marines though. I think he should be going after the Tactical Marines because they're going to finish off this tank. Yeah, rear armor hit and they get it. Nicely done by Knowledge. Misplay there from Atlas, you could say. Could have tied one up, at least one. But the Sorcerer might not have been enough if we didn't get a lead squad. We'll see how long this Loyalist Predator lasts. There's some Bloodletters. Power melee. That much power melee on rear armor will do some work against a vehicle. As you can see there. Las Cannon also trying to get some shots, but this massive rock has other ideas. Force Commander level 6 has done really well with that power sword. Plague Champion capping under Pestilence Strike protection. And he has armor of Pestilences too, so big lump of hit points to go along with that damage resistance from that skill. Force Commander, look at him go! An entire army of stuff just swinging his sword around. He might die though, trying to get away. Lives? Does he live? He does live. Really well judged. Blastmaster doing its thing. They just can't cap because of these two fire prisms disrupting stuff. Need to try and aggressively go after them. Maybe Raptors with melters. Atlas has a lot of resources. Well, sorry, a lot of red and a lot of power. It doesn't quite have the requisition to get something tasty. A Phobos would be good. Of course, our Predator goes down. Well done to Atlas. I guess it was the Bloodletters and the Las Cannon that did that. Tank's not doing so hot in this game. Not a lot of room for them to maneuver on this western lane. I figured they'd just be taken mid where the fire prisms are. But I guess not. Warlock now trying to cap. And he should be able to do it. These two have been uncapped for a while, it feels like. 157208, no cap game until that red natural turns red. Mahror could be able to nuke, yes. He can nuke, and so can Atlas, of course. Double Aspiring Champion Heretics against the Force Commander with Merciless Strike Assault Squad. Oh, they don't have their Sergeant now. Still, it's pretty risky, I think. To see a big spike of damage on those guys. But as long as they're doing work, suppressing things and being annoying, I guess they're doing their job. Doesn't matter if they drop models. 139208, well, I guess it matters, but you know what I mean. They're just heretics. Just 11 requisition to reinforce, I believe. Unless that was increased. Was their cost increase in the new patch? I don't even remember. There's not much to reinforce them, that's for sure. Nurgle Shrine being worshipped, so they can reinforce off it, which could be a massive help here in the mid. And Terminators, in fact, are capping. So is the Plague Champion. They're going to get a triple cap here at blue team. I think the not going for the Land Raider was a mistake from Knowledge. He's now got a Librarian up. And Bloodletters are doing some serious work now. It's starting to come into their own. He might want to switch to the Thunderhammer here, because he's up against Bloodletters double melee heretics. Here we have a Zinch Shrine going up. It's glowing. Oh, it's a Nurgle Shrine. I was going to say, why is it glowing red? That looks all corny. But it's actually a Nurgle Shrine. Number 2 going up. Havoc trying to melee scouts to death. That is a cool fight. Doesn't feel like these fire prisms are doing much. Oh, there's an Eldritch though. Gonna take out the shrine immediately. Maybe wipe out the heretics. Looks like they live. Yes. Why were they suppressed there for a second? Not that they were suppressed. Was Eldritch Storm suppressed? I think it does. Librarian, what can you do? Doesn't really want to put his smite on the Terminators, I don't think. Not going to do a whole lot. He's moving in. Puts his smite on a big lump of stuff. But he's going to take a lot of damage here. Trying to disrupt and distract while going for the VP maybe. There's Chains of Torment. Tactical Marines lucky to get away. 138 to 127. VP's very, very even here. I think, yeah, Mahror needs to bring the rest of his army here because it's basically both the Chaos players are basically fully here apart from the Plague Champion. Oh, the Plague Champion's here now. And he's capping. And leveling up to what? 6. Autocannon might hit the rear armor of that fire prison, which would be pretty nasty. We see it demoralizing troops as they kill stuff, which is pretty damn useful. It lowers the damage they do and increases the damage they take, I believe. It's not a big debuff, but it will stack up if they can shred through a light infantry squad like these guys. Fire prisoners all the way over here now to help out. So it looks like we might see a big 2v2 fight over here. Maybe. Going for the decap are Assault Marines. Dire Avengers kind of hanging around. Now they run the hell away. There's that Pestilent Strike. Protecting his Terminators again. Taking out some Dire Avengers there. Blue team suddenly looking pretty strong. The decision to get that Predator tank from Knowledge I don't think was the right one. 200 or so more requisition. Could have got a Land Raider on the way. Which would have been pretty good here. Just retreat back to it and keep on going. Avatar of Cain hitting the field for Mahror. And Atlas has a lot of resources. As it has a lot of red. Bloody hell. 999. Has a lot of population as well. He's not spending it. Maybe he's going for a Phobos, which is like 7-something hundred rec, I think. Probably. 138 to 86. 2-to-1 cap for blue team. Avatar called out by Cornholio. He does have that squad of Zinch Marines, does he? No, who am I thinking of? Atlas had them, there we go. That shoulder pad looks cool. I had to zoom in and look at it again. Avatar is going to smack up these Blastmaster fellas. These are Cornholios, right? Yeah. And they get away, looks like. Smack. That fella didn't. Take Champion wants to fight. So do these guys, and now they can reinforce off the shrine. They're actually getting their aspiring champion up. Double Terminators here for Cornholio. I guess he waited out the 5-minute countdown or whatever it is. Avatar needs to be careful. Even big things can die really fast in Dawn of War 2. Another Predator tank for Knowledge, and it is a Phobos on the way for Atlas. It's actually 700 rec on the dot. 1-to-1. Here come a bunch of heretics. I don't think they want to fight him. Got a bunch of worship. And his autocannon's doing work. I think only one has an autocannon yet. Maybe I'd just get lightning claws for the other one, because they'll rip through the Avatar. They'll rip through everything, every other infantry squad here. But he might want to be saving for something else. Even if he even has the population for something else. Well, I guess he does. Sneaky scouts being sneaky again. Level 2 these fellas. These are not the original squad which actually went down. Librarian. Can't quite kill a model. Doesn't have any of his upgrades, this fella. There's that Phobos. Twin link las cannons on the side sponsons. Let's look at this VP though. 121 to 53, so no cap game. That is the Plague Champion capping. What is this? Oh, it's a Singularity. Throws him aside. Armor of Pestilence won't protect you against that knockback. Double Predators for Knowledge. Could do a lot of work if he can keep him alive. But that Phobos is there. We have autocannon Terminators. The other guys can teleport in for some power fist action as well. Where's the Havocs with the las cannon? Are they still alive? There they are. Level 3 now. Also they have this sewn up maybe. The shrine is being repaired. She's repairing by bowing at it there, I think. Did that? Oh, rear arm hit from the Blastmaster. There's the 2-to-1. Red team kind of in desperation mode here to try and do something. They've just got really solid late game, and this Nurgle Shrine is doing a lot of work for them. The damage that Phobos took already. And we're back. Sorry about that. The servers went down, which for some reason kicks you out of replays. You have to come all the way back in and find out where you were, which I think was about here. Right at the end of the game. Looks like the blue team have this sewn up. Was pretty dicey early on though. Lots of pressure from Reds, but apart from those dreadnoughts, I think they pretty much preserved everything. And as long as you do that, you're always in the game. And set up the mid here with the Shrine Terminators and stuff. Became very difficult to break down. This Fire Prism is done for, surely? No, lives. Phobos did not get another hit on. 2-1 then at the end. There's a Zinchi nuke. And the blue team are going to get this. GG from Mahror, GG from Cornholio. And there it is, 1-2-1 VPs on the counter. Let's look at the heroes end of the game. Level 5 Sorcerer. Robes of Torment. Level 6 Plague Champion. He did get his Mucus Discharge. Level 10 Force Commander. Did very, very well. Down at the end though. And level 3 Warlock, who was right in the middle of that nuke. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.